here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is
Hank Williams,
the Drifting Cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
I know a lady, she hasn't any time to give away. Oh, but maybe the time she has will drift my way. A precious drop of time in her eyes, stolen moments like rain in the night. It's like tears of angels high above, and covers me in her waterfall of love. Precious droplets of time in her eyes, stolen moments like rain in the night. It's like tears of angels high above, and covers me in her waterfall of love.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and visitlex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, supporting professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome everybody to our beautiful broadcast home at the Scottish Rite Concert Hall in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky, broadcasting all over the world from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada. We are celebrating our beautiful, wonderful world of what we call front porch music, this amazing, real, rustic, organic, true kind of music. Artists come from everywhere to be on our broadcast, and we say it every week. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. And we're going to be devoting this entire hour to an amazing singer-songwriter with an incredible story behind her. She's going to introduce herself with a song first. It's called Oh, Love is Teasin'. Please welcome Ismay to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us here. This song is developed from a field recording done by the Kentuckian Gene Ritchie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come all you fair maids, hear this melody sound. Stars in the first foggy evening often go dim when you most need them, and men who shine most are deceiving. Some leave their fathers, some boarding them vessels, some fleeing troubles, while others just under sweet spells. Some leave their friends and love to revel with men they should understand that they do not know well. The sweetest apple as soon as rotten, and love can prove to be a killing crime. So take a box and lock the heart and tie it tight with a thick silver twine. Come all you fair maids, hear this melody sound. Stars in the first foggy evening often go dim when you most need them, and men who shine most are deceiving. Come all you fair maids, hear this melody sound. Stars in the first foggy evening often go dim when you most need them, and men who shine most are deceiving.
Beautiful song. Oh, Love is Teasing, Avery Hellman going by the name Ismay. So let's talk about the name first. Ismay, I-S-M-A-Y. The first time I ever heard the name Ismay, it was the guy who owned the Titanic. And he pushed away all the women and children to get in the lifeboat, and that didn't work out too well for him. But that's not who you're naming, that's not where your name comes from. So let's talk about how you chose the name Ismay as a performer.
Well, about 10 years ago, I was looking for a stage name, and I was reading a book, a nonfiction book about Montana. It was called Bad Land. And in the book, it contained a story of a town called Ismay. It was a town along the railroad, and one of the railroad executives had the opportunity to choose the town's name, so he combined the names of his two children and created Ismay. And so I felt like that kind of connected with what I was trying to do with my music, and the name made sense to me.
Well, Ismay is also a very poetic name, and poetry is something that you're decidedly interested in. You have a folk and bluegrass background. We're going to talk more about that later. But you also find a decided importance in the poetry, the lyrics. So where does that come from?
You know, it's funny. When I was growing up, I was introduced to poetry, as many people are in school, and found it really confusing. Oftentimes I was like, what does this mean? I don't understand why I didn't get it. And I think as my brain developed, I came to love it more and more. But really what changed my desire to get into poetry was being part of this gathering called the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering in Elko, Nevada. It's a Western folk life, poetry, cowboy music get-together, and I was invited to participate. And I thought, well, even though I'm invited to that event as a musician, I figured I'd write a couple poems and recite those as well. And it's helped me, I think, become a better songwriter.
Well, so many wonderful poetic artists like Don Edwards and others that are Michael Martin Murphy that are a big part of that festival. So how did you get invited to that? I mean, you're kind of a rancher, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that how that happened, your ranching background?
Yeah, most people who participate in the Cowboy Poetry Gathering, they have to have a background in farming or ranching, mostly ranching. And I worked on my family's ranch for about 10 years. It's what I did out of college. I worked with sheep. I worked with even wild Mustangs, training horses, that kind of a thing. And I was a big part of what informed my writing style, and then I fit right in there.
Well, let's check out some more of your writing style. You got a brand new album called Half Truth. This is a tune called Miracle Cure. Check it out. It's Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Well, this song is actually written about my family's ranch. It's based on one of my neighbors. He used to say that it was important to gather up rocks from the highest mountains in California, crush them up, and spread them around the fields to make them productive. And so I wrote this song based on people who do things like that.
Clementine, we cannot give them one more dollar. They've been here a dozen times, always with a promise of some miracle cure. When they first came up our hill, horse towing the diamond plow, their remedy seemed sure, but at some point you can't allow. You keep saying you know them well, as far as I can tell, they're dreamers. They told us the ranch could bloom again. We'd dance in the town, could pay off our debts with more to spend. Well, how does that sound? And then once we used the plow, they told us to sprinkle now the rock that was ground for dust from the Ruby Mountain's crust. And then once we laid the dust, the cattle would learn to trust. Then we had to wait a year. Meanwhile, my growing fears for seasons have passed, and I'm no longer sure. They told us the creek would course again. Clem open your eyes. They always say to wait one more year, give just one more try. I think we should cut our losses here. I'm starting to see the little that's left could disappear. Clem, listen to me. They said just wait one more year, and then you'll see paradise all over. I'm begging you, clementine. We cannot give them $1 more.
What a beautiful song. Miracle Cure from her brand new album, Half Truth. If you want to make the music of Ismay and Avery Hellman part of your home music collection, we encourage you to visit the WoodSongs website. If you click on the archive page, this is show number 1181. It will tell you how you can contact your name. Why not Avery? Avery's a pretty name.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I never thought my name had like a ring to it, or anything like that. And I don't know, I like the idea of names. I like the idea of naming. I think there's so much meaning to being able to create a name and letting people discover the layers beneath it.
Well, speaking of names, there's a name that a lot of folks in the roots music world are going to know, and that's your grandfather, Warren Hellman, who was I guess an investor. And on the West Coast, he loved music, right? Mm-hmm. And this is your grandfather, and you grew up in a festival that was like a major national event. And this is sort of how you got introduced to, I guess, live performers and the idea of concerts and putting things together. What was that atmosphere like for you as a little girl?
Well, when I was 8 years old, my grandfather started Hardly Strictly Bluegrass, and so I grew up getting to watch these incredible artists. I remember there was a band, I don't remember, they're from the Southeast, but they're called the Peasall Sisters, and Alison Krauss, Gillian Welch, these amazing artists. And in particular, my grandfather loved the music of Hazel Dickens. And so I was surrounded by this music, but you know, when I was growing up, I never really met those people. Like, I was kind of on the outside started. And it's a very supportive one. Hardly Strictly Bluegrass, you know, multi-award-winning dobro player, Kinky Friedman, Raul Malo, you know, all these wonderful artists that would perform at your grandfather's festival, and they loved it. They loved the spirit of it. And what I found to be very endearing is that your grandfather wanted it to be free to the public. So, I mean, what does that teach you? I mean, there's a reason folk rhymes with broke, but that's not what he was doing. You know, he wanted the public to come out of his good heart, right? Yeah, I mean, I think it was a strange thing for him. He was in his last chapter of his life when he started the music festival. And I don't know, he just had this kind of wild idea. I think he had this saying that he used to say all the time. He said, and many of you have heard it before, I'm guessing, but money's like manure. It's better when you spread it around. Yeah. Otherwise, it starts to smell. So that was his ethos. Well, and if anybody has any of that fertilizer they want to spread toward WoodSongs, we'll give you the address. No, I'm just kidding. Now, speaking of, you're sort of curating your own music festival now. Are you sort of taking after your grandfather a little bit with this? What's it called, Woolly Star? Something where does that name come from, Woolly Star? Woolly Star is a flower, a relatively rare flower. Like a real flower? Yeah, it's a real flower. I mean, it sounds a little bit too close to Woolly Fest, which I think is about sheep, so I have to be careful with that. But it is named after a flower. And what's your role with the festival? Are you like the spearhead behind it, the creative force behind it? Are you trying to be grandfather 2.0? I don't think I'll ever have quite the vision and breadth of work that my grandfather did with his festival, but I wanted to create an opportunity for other folk artists to perform in front of people. There's so many amazingly gifted people, and I also wanted to bring great live folk-focused music to some folks in the Eastern Sierra. And we've even got workshops that we do things like that. And I think it's, you know, folk music is funny in that it's different from other art forms because it is about, you know, at times ingenuity, at times individual expression, but it's also about the collective and about the group and about bringing people together for a common experience. We call that the front porch. Mm-hmm. It's a definite front porch spirit. There's a lot of love in that. And a lot of times artists don't have to do things for money. They do it for love, but in return, when the audience loves them, they help support them. They put gas in the car and get that Motel 6 paid for, right? Let's go back into your album. It's a wonderful album called Half Truth. This is a tune off that album called Wildfire. It is Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
expectantly waiting. A red moon is rising, a warm air moves softly around us, and I was spent. I fell asleep to the sound of the radio oldies. As morning broke, sinking smoke from the window woke Andy up from the sun. It wasn't a time for children, but soon you'd arrive, Gwendolyn. Eyes open wide already, staring straight away. He came with a wild fire, wish you'd stayed within. I hoped for safekeeping, I just wanted one more day. Then on the telephone, calling from back home was mother. 10 miles down past the town to the lowland to aid her. In haste we went, and as we were helping to get out the horses to my knees, sharp was a feeling I cried, someone bring me some help here, and I was spent. It wasn't a time for children, but soon you'd arrive, Gwendolyn. Eyes open wide already, staring straight away. He came with a wildfire, wish you'd stayed within. I hoped for safekeeping, I just wanted one more day. One more day. To the hospital, the beds were getting full. I begged, please. Brisk you were born, and we had to keep moving. And as three, off we went.
The song is called Wildfire from her album Half Truth. And again, props to Andy Fowlander doing a beautiful job on the second guitar, playing those leads. Avery Hellman is here, going by the name Ismay, I-S-M-A-Y, if you want to look it up and check her out. When did you start playing the guitar? How old were you when that started?
Well, I was a lot of moody 14-year-olds were on my 15th birthday. My dad took me to the store, and I remember there were all these guitars on the wall, and the person working was like, bring one down and try it out. And I was like, I don't even know where to start. Don't ask me to try a guitar. I don't even know what a chord is. So, I started slowly and gradually and learned to play mostly indie music, and then got into bluegrass and folk music eventually.
Which is something your grandfather was interested in when he started that big festival. He kind of graduated beyond that. He opened the borders musically of the festival beyond just the folk and bluegrass, and that helped you absorb extra kinds of formats, extra kinds of music. You say indie music, but that can be a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm always interested in the edges of folk music, the experiments, somebody like John Hartford or somebody who's just kind of messing with the style. And that's definitely an influence from the festival, getting to see really, really traditional bluegrass music, which I love, but also people who are influenced by that and do their own kind of unique style is interesting to me. I think particularly figuring out how to constantly rework acoustic instrumentation is endlessly fascinating.
Well, part of your resume that I thought was interesting is that you also branch out into TV and stuff, and we're going to be talking about a documentary in the second half hour that you're working on. But you were part of something, a country music TV series with Casey Musgrave and Reese Witherspoon, the actress. What was that?
Well, there was a TV show that was made around the time of the pandemic called My Kind of Country. And I got an Instagram message that said, hey, like, we're doing this TV show. You should sort of like apply or reach out. And I was like, yeah, sure, this is such a scam, obviously. And so a month later, then I responded and I said, you know, maybe this isn't a scam. I'll DM this person back. And it turned out it was real. It wasn't made up. I went through a months-long vetting process, which was fascinating. But then the cool thing about that TV show is it was about bringing people to country music who are from different backgrounds. Like, there was a band from South Africa that played a cover of Jolene in like another language. And there was some people from India and Mexico. It was really, really cool. And it was really interesting. It was at the boundary of what I personally love, which again is experimenting with folk music styles and seeing when you combine two completely different things, what do you get?
Well, I think that's very cool. Speaking of cool, you're going to introduce our audience to a sort of a brand new song, an unreleased tune. You ready? This is going to be a fun thing. It's called The Lady Leroy. It is Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Songbirds were humming while breakers did roar. The sun poured its yellow to meet with the shore. Sand dunes were spinning with salt in the air, and still laid the body of Thomas McNair. High on the cliffside, two faces looked down. Tom's daughter, Melinda, her lover, George Brown. Melinda said slowly, we're finally free to wed and to travel. I killed him for thee. The ship they would ride to have one another, freedom beside. George made no motion, he stared still as stone. The wind grew more wild and out of its drone. George cried, are you under some devilish spell? And red was the sky, and the blood where Tom fell. Understand the words used for evil to good for the man. He kept me in bondage, he sold me each night, and he'd take me from you for money and spite. The Lady Leroy was the ship they would ride to have one another, freedom beside. George Brown responded, this just cannot be. You've made an accomplice and a fool out of me. To think that I asked for a hand by the lake from a wicked young lady, a murdering snake. Shores in the harbor were covered by mist. George Brown absconded, Melinda dismissed. The ship anchored dockside, she whispered straight, this land gave me nothing. I've no need to stay. The Lady Leroy was the ship they would ride to have one another and freedom beside.
Beautiful song, The Lady Leroy, brand new for our audience, the wonderful Avery Hellman, known as Ismay, I-S-M-A-Y, and Andy Fallander playing guitar with him. We're going to be back in the second half hour with more of Ismay and an amazing documentary that she's working on. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSong Show number 1181, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Ismay and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hey, this is Nora Jones, and you're listening to folk singer Michael Jonathan and the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you, Nora Jones. And welcome back, everybody, to our home base here at the Scottish Rite Concert Hall in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky, the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, where so much of this art form does come from. We're very proud to be a part of it all. And oh my goodness, it's time for this week's WoodSongs Kid. Who do we have here? We have 12-year-old Matlin Walters. Matlin, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, and you're going to perform a song for us that you wrote. You're 12 years old, right?
Yes,
And you wrote this song that we're about to hear?
I did.
And was this a hard song for you to write?
Not really.
Now, this is a song. You're from the Appalachian Mountains, right?
Yeah.
And your song is about how much you love the mountain homes, right?
Yes.
What is it about it that is so beautiful that made you write a song about it?
Just the talent, and I just like the magic that is built inside.
And that's the title of your song, right? The Magic in These Hills.
Yes.
Was it a hard song for you to write? Like, did it take you a long time to write, or did it happen quick?
It took about a couple weeks.
Yeah. And who wrote most of the words?
It was a mix between me and my mom.
It's we got to give props to the moms out there that help their children. It's a wonderful thing. And you're here with a friend of yours named Noah Wolford, and he's going to play his beautiful Martin guitar. Are you ready to sing the song?
Yes.
Okay. She's 12 years old. She wrote this herself. It's called Magic in These Hills. It's Matlin Walters, this week's WoodSongs Kid.
Sunlight shining through my window pane. Morning fog rolling down the mountain lane. Got my boots by the door and a dream in my heart. This dancing under city lights. These mountains are with me every night. There's magic in these hills, in the air I breathe, in the winding roads and the tall pine trees. The front porch talks and the Friday night lights. The stars shine bright on Appalachian nights. Heart full of songs and the sky to fill, no matter where I go. There's magic in these hills. There's magic in these hills, in the air I breathe, in the winding roads and the tall pine trees. The front porch talks and the Friday night lights. The stars shine bright on Appalachian nights.
Beautiful job. 12-year-old Matlin Walters, and she comes to us from the heart of the Appalachian Mountains that she's singing about, all the way in Pikeville, Kentucky, and it's very nice to have her here. If you're the parent or a guardian of a youngster that you think belongs on the WoodSongs broadcast, we definitely want to hear from you. You just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the kids page, they'll tell you everything you need to know. But we love these WoodSongs kids, and we love having them on our broadcast to show them off a little bit. Speaking of showing off, she's got a brand new album called Half Truth, and she's going to perform the title cut of this wonderful album. It's Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
I know the line. I know the line that I draw around me. The words I let cross should just be quietly kind. A man sits behind in a motel, not a chain that I know. I show my ID, then he goes, "What brings you here?" Half truth, I'd like to disappear. This dude trying to make a friend. The words that I do say are just way too austere. I stay resigned, and why don't I say what it is I'm thinking, avoiding the endless sinking that comes from a child with shame on the side. I've grown to fear verbal defenses. They mirror how my offense lives, so I hold the line. Truth, most of my words confine. I'm screwed, I've up at when she asked me just about 15 questions to give the most clear suggestion to tackle my line. What if I let others know what it is I'm thinking? It won't always cause endless sinking. It could go fine. I went home and then I tried. I said what it really was. I thought Matilda blew up. Now I realize. Listen, who fight when I'm barely speaking, it tightens the line.
Title cut of her new album, Half Truth. It's Ismay, Ismay, and it's a lot of your songs have a very rural texture to the poetry, and poetry is very important. A lot of the songs on your new album started as poems. Is that correct?
Yeah, basically, through this documentary project, Finding Lucinda, I realized how much studying poetry can improve one's songwriting. Basically, I set out on a road trip to uncover the roots of Lucinda Williams, and I found that her father was a celebrated poet and a wonderful teacher to her as well as others. And there were people in her life like Flannery O'Connor and Charles Bukowski and Pablo Neruda, these incredible writers, some of the best in the world, were her father's friends. And she used to watch workshops and go to readings by incredible writers, and that's how I think she became such a great lyricist, and that inspired me to take classes in poetry.
You know, let's, I don't want to jump ahead of the audience. I just want to make something really clear. You are a rancher by youth, a songwriter, a poet. You're running your own record label, Fossil Records. You've been on television, national television, and you're a concert presenter with your own concert event that you do. And now you are also a documentary filmmaker. What you said, you're doing a documentary on a wonderful, amazing singer-songwriter, Lucinda Williams. That's got to be a big deal.
Yeah. You know, I don't enjoy sitting around and having fun. That's part of my problem. I like working for fun, which isn't always a good thing. But regardless, I get so excited and fascinated by these new different things. And really, like, all of these things that I do, they come about organically. It's not like I set out to do something. When I wanted to do the Lucinda Williams documentary, I really envisioned, like, something 10 minutes long. That was the whole idea. But over the course of several years, it just grew and grew, and I felt like there was a story to tell about being a young singer-songwriter and having a lot of self-doubt and uncertainty and trying to find answers to what do you do with that. You know, so many artists love making the art, but we struggle with knowing where we fit in the world, and I just felt like I wanted to answer that question.
And the title is Finding Lucinda. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Well, let's do a deep dive into this a little bit. This is a tune from Half Truth, her new album, that's sort of related to the Finding Lucinda documentary that she's working on. It's called On the Honest Edge of Being. It is Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
She lays on the couch where static from the screen is grasping her hair. It's obvious to her brother that she is not just fine. Spent most of her week there. No touch of her skin to natural air. Says, can't I pull myself from what feels like the 100th time? She gazes out the window to see a hillside, watches some deer walking slow across on the game trail line. Much like her thoughts that follow her grooves in her mind, well, warnly to the hollow today for the 100th time. She pictures some miners trapped under the earth, sunlit desire. They lower a rescue basket, freed from the darkened mine. He pictures a full all, tangled in the womb, so helpless and small. Go call a local doctor, pull at the baby in time. He gazes out the window to see a hillside, watches the hawks as they go, turn in an upward climb. He hopes to be the warm air his sister can find. She ties her staticky hair and they go for a walk outside.
Beautiful song from her album Half Truth. And again, if you want to know more about the music of Ismay, I-S-M-A-Y, named it for a small town in Montana, I think it was, a little town of 19. And just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1181. And where can you hear WoodSongs around the country, around the world? Yellowstone Public Radio, nearly 20 stations across Wyoming and Montana. WSIU NPR FM, Saturday and Sundays in Carbondale, Illinois. KUAR, our friends at 89.1 in Little Rock, Arkansas, and KENW NPR FM in New Mexico. Just some of the stations that are broadcasting this show and so many others, and we love them, and we want you to support those great hometown stations. We want you to support all these wonderful artists that you hear on WoodSongs as well. And we want to get back into her music. She's going to go back into a song called, or an album called Desert Pavement. I think it's your first album, or one of the first albums. This is a tune called The Dove of the Shrew and of the Raccoon, a great title of a song. I love it. Ismay on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
She hadn't heard what someone had to say about the thing that would happen today. Only as she would fall from the nest there on high. What am I, what am I, what am I, what am I? Can I fly, can I fly, can I fly, a woman dove? Under the earth, oh, family did live. But the rains came and then drove them above, opening up to the wind and the chill. They did cry, they did cry, they did cry, they did cry. Down from high, down from high, down from high, a bird above. Into the world and away from places we know, so that we can become more than the sum of our parts, just repeating each day. And I thought that I was completed. I wasn't aware that I was just a kid. I had to grow and jump from the comfort of home Oh, they didn't know that outside of the fence, worlds there existed of consequence. Oh, they climbed and scratched, but the wood was so tall. Why can't I, why can't I, why can't I, why can't I reach the sky, reach the sky, reach the sky, over and down into the world and away from places we know, so that we can become more than the sum of our parts, just repeating each day. And I thought that I was completed. I wasn't aware that I was just a kid. I had to grow and jump from the comfort of home. She hadn't heard what someone had to say about the thing that would happen today. Oh yes, she would fall from the nest there on high. What am I, what am I, what am I, what am I? Can I fly, can I fly, can I fly? Oh, I'm a dove.
The Dove and the Shrew and the Raccoon. One of the best song titles we've heard in a long time. You know, we only have a minute for this conversation, but poets are being replaced by AI. AI, artificial intelligence, is writing poetry, replacing the actual poet. In a nutshell, how do you feel about that?
Oh my gosh, wow. No
I know
winning,
it's
right?
a big conversation, right?
How do you see the world? Do you believe in... No, I don't know. Great question. I mean, I think poetry and writing and folk music is included in this is an incredibly core part of the human experience. And regardless of whether or not there's robots writing it, I'm going to keep doing it anyways.
Well, that's as should everyone. But a lot of artists are feeling displaced. I mean, a lot of times AI can write a song that feels real. The tracking is real. It sounds like a bass. It sounds like a drum. It sounds like and it's none of it is real. I mean, so how do you encourage the audience to feel about? I'm going to call it fake music, for lack of a better, not human music. Is that a better way of referring to it?
Non-human music. That's fascinating. I like that. Non-human.
But I mean, it's real, and we're living among the first generation in human history getting their art and music as ones and zeros, rapid scrolling cell phone images. There's nothing real about it. Now AI is coming on like gangbusters. What do you tell young kids today?
I mean, I think that one of the beautiful things about bluegrass music and what we're doing here today is the live performance aspect, the human-to-human aspect. And the only thing I do know about computers is that they cannot, the experience we get from them cannot replace our human-to-human interactions. It's incredibly important to our health, our happiness, and our spiritual needs to be with other human beings. I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to destroy any kind of thing created by a computer or a non-human, but I do know that allowing for people to perform, encouraging everybody to perform and listen to one another is kind of our best bet to have a good life.
And that's the stage of the front porch. AI can never replace the front porch, and it wasn't wonderful having Ismay on our broadcast, Avery Hellman, Andy Follander being a beautiful guitar. And I think what she says about artificial intelligence is very, very true. On WoodSongs, we believe in artificial intelligence. We believe in AI. We call it actual imagination. And that's what these artists are doing here. And we encourage all the songwriters, all the artists, everybody out there, that when it comes to things like AI, we want you to write real songs about real things, from real poetry, from your heart. Write about your unresolved childhood trauma like the rest of us. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I'm a song farmer, and we'll see you next week on the WoodSongs.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1181. Michael's review song was Waterfall from the Looking Glass album. Our chief engineer is Dan Field. Our TV director is Maria Clares. Technical assistants are Brian Klausing. Alexander Milam, Eric Anderson, Jerome Gaw, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Doug Boyd, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is Linda Dunsmore. Our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, Hampton by Hilton Hotel, Earthlink.net, Explorer Magazine, and the Good Foods Co-op. WoodSongs and the WoodSongs are both registered trademarks of Radio R&B Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael, Jonathan, and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our worldwide audience, provided by VisitLex.com, KentuckyTourism.com, and the Spring Hill Suites Hotel. Our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, Highbridge Spring Water, the Good Foods Co-op, and Earthlink.net, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Scottish Rite Concert Hall in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The encore section is next. You can support our musical mission by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Let's give Dorothy a big hand. Give yourselves a big hand. Let's give the WoodSongs crew a big, big, big hand. They pulled it off. And we want to give Avery and Andy a big, huge amount of applause. They covered it. They did great. They covered the whole hour, and that was a last-minute thing. They did a beautiful job. And Matlin Walters, you did a wonderful job, too. Do you want to sing a second song for everybody? Okay, we're going to get on with the encores here, and the artists will be in the lobby to say hello to everyone. They've come a long way. It would be wonderful for you just to say hello to them and let them know how you feel about their performances and their music. It means the world to an artist to hear from you. Never underestimate how important the audience is to what the artists do. So, Maitland, why don't you stand up? And you did a beautiful job on the song that you wrote. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
And Noah, you're a great player. Thanks for backing her up. What song do you want to sing to everybody?
I'm going to be singing Our Song by Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Go for it.
I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He's got a one-hand feel on the steering wheel, the other on my heart. I look around, turn the radio down. He says, "Baby, is something wrong?" I say nothing. I was just thinking how we don't have a song. And he says, "Our song is a slam a screen door, sneaking out late, tapping on your window when we're on the phone and you talk real slow, 'cause it's late and your mama don't know. Our song is the way you laugh. First aid man, I didn't kiss him and I should have. And when I got home for a said amen, asking God if he could play it again.
Taylor Walters from Pikeville, Kentucky. You did very, very good. And thank again, Noah, for backing her up. Beautiful job on the guitar. You want to do Shy Alone or a different song for the encore? Whatever you want to do. While you're thinking about that, couple things. If you're not a WoodSongs partner, we encourage you to become one. You get to come to nearly 40 shows a year. No ticket needed. It's a wonderful thing, and it really supports the broadcast and keeps everything moving and in motion. We appreciate the family of WoodSongs partners. If you want to keep up to date on who's coming on WoodSongs and also the Troubadour Concert Series, sign up for the email newsletter. You can do that at woodsongs.com. We do not sell it. We do not share it. It's exclusively for WoodSongs and the Troubadour Concert Series at the Historic Kentucky Theater. If you missed Marty Stewart last week, in a couple of weeks, or 1 week, next week is going to be the great singer-songwriter Patty Griffin will be in concert at the Kentucky Theater. After that, Graham Nash from Crosby, Stills, and Nash. The Jayhawks are coming in November. Judy Collins and her farewell tour is coming as well. And so there's so many wonderful musical events, and we want you to be part of all of it. And thank you so much. You guys did such a great job tonight. What do you want to close our evening out?
Well, this song's about having too much anxiety from watching the news too much and giving it up. And it's called I Don't Look at You. Been worried way too much about politics. I don't look at you, and I'm sorry for the times we're side by side and my hands fold tight, don't reach out towards you. And I've been worried way too much on politics. Who hates who? Then in the final hours of the night, I kiss you wrong, withholding virtue. When I let it go, the thought that rushes in, that time that chased it, point at me and made fun of my skin. I looked into our mirror this morning to find something new, a brand new crease beside my red eye. Well, it marks the days we read all through. But when I let it go, the worry I hold tight, I think about that foolish thing I said the other night. Easy it would be to spend my hours yelling at TV instead of facing the chance that I might hold your hand all wrong.
kiss you right, and I'll start racing. When at last I hold your head between my hands, we'll have to see the ridges in our faces.